I'm curious what you think gets in our way in terms of our structures and systems, but also what you think is fixable, right? Because everybody talks about, well, social media, this, that, the other thing, but nobody's going to just get rid of social media. So what are the things that are problematic that you think we might be able to do something about?
I mean, we could try to get rid of social media. I just throw it out there. I don't know.
Just spitballing.
Yeah. Look, so here's the hard part, and this is where I'm struggling. I mean, I'll be honest, guys. I have no idea if what we're doing is going to work at all. But probably won't. But if we don't try, then where do we end up? And this is the thing that keeps driving me is there are a lot of people using fear to divide us. In fact, I think that's one of the structural problems that we have. It's easier than ever before to use fear to divide us because it's so easy to reach people in their bubbles, in ways that we never dreamed were possible, even 20 years ago, 25 years ago. And so, but if I can use a little bit of fear to try to unite us, I might try to do that. And I don't think this is irrational fear. We had researchers from Carnegie just yesterday telling us this, that the path that we are on as a country, not only is it unsustainable, we are on a very clear path to complete failure. And when I say failure, I mean failure of our democratic republic, not just institutional failure, but state failure. Is what we're talking about. People who have studied democracies over time and across the globe will tell you that that we are not decades, but years away on the trajectory now from complete failure. And that should scare the hell out of you. It does me. And that's why we have to do this. And so the great thing about this is every single one of us can do this. The tough thing is that the deck is stacked against you because of the incentive structures that we have set up, these institutions. And it's where we gain our knowledge. So I talk about conflict entrepreneurs. It's a term that I learned recently. And the conflict entrepreneurs are politicians. They're politicians that benefit from driving conflict, right? Dividing us. The media, and I know the media, is a big driver of conflict. And in their case, though, it's economic, right? We consume the media. We are much more likely to click on things that divide us, that are extreme, right? Which, by the way, leads to this perception gap that I talked about that is so important. Because, again, Marjorie Taylor Greene is going to get much more attention than I am, right? Right? Whatever she said this weekend on September 11th about a national divorce is going to get every headline over me saying, hey, we should disagree better. Like, that doesn't sell a lot of newspapers, right? And for the young people here, newspapers were these things that you read. So that is stacked against us. If you watch cable news, the deck is stacked against you. Okay? I am 11 years sober. I stopped watching cable news 11 years ago. Yes, I still appear on some cable news shows. When invited, we turn a lot of them down, but we do appear on some of them because we have to reach people, and that's where too many people are. Turn off cable news. Never turn it on again. Your life will improve immeasurably. I don't care if you're on the right or the left. I mean this sincerely. We are a case study. Our marriage got better. Our family life got better. I'm not making any of this up. I slept better at night. All of the things, I exercised more. Like, it's killing us. The same thing goes to social media and our addiction to these, again, to these platforms that sow division amongst us. Spend more time face to face. This is really important. Getting outside of your bubble, okay, is so, so important. We had a little debate on a college campus last night. I wouldn't call it a debate as much because everyone agreed. That's not healthy. That's not healthy. That's why I was so excited to meet some conservatives on campus here, because it is deeply unhealthy, no matter what your belief is, to be surrounded by people who see the world exactly the same way you do is incredibly unhealthy for you, and it's not the way our country is together. So finding opportunities to have face-to-face contact, not social media contact, face-to-face contact with people who are different than us is powerful and important. And building up those institutions, religion is one of those. Religion as an institution in our country has been foundational from the very beginning. One of the most, in fact, we are, the most religious country in the West, and that is declining. By the way, we are also the most pluralistic religious country in the history of the world, the most pluralistic religious country in the history of the world. And that's where we found so much of our identity and our communities. That's where we found each other and took care of each other. And I was I was a Mormon first, or a Catholic first. Actually, I was an American first. I was a Utahn second. I was a Mormon. I was a Utah Jazz fan. And then I was a Republican, right? And as these institutions, whatever they are, start to dissipate, what has replaced that? Well, now I'm a Republican first. You're a Democrat first. That's never meant to be that way. Incredibly dangerous. So how do we go back to building those institutions? What institutions do you belong to that are doing good in the world, that bring people together who are different instead of tearing each other apart? Go rebuild those institutions. They desperately need you. Your Republican Party, your Democratic Party, they don't need you. They don't. They vote, run for office, do those things, support good candidates, but find other ways, other platforms to get involved.